Howdy, herd, and hello everybody else. This is part 2 of my two-part video series about an original species people claim are clones of each other, and I definitely noticed some similarities myself. For part 1, click the link in the description, or wait for the next video to come out, where I make a supercut of them. It's going to be the two of them mashed together. Last time, we covered waterdogs, which I mentioned looks oddly similar to Bayfoxes. They're both beach-themed animals, and their website layout is even very similar. I want to refrain from calling either of them clones, but I've seen Bayfoxes being accused of it. But it may just be a coincidence. I mean, sand plus animal and water isn't really that groundbreaking. It's not a super original idea where no one would come up with that. I mean, Pokemon, that describes 3 different Pokemon. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the water dweebs. So any comparisons are for the sake of educating people with similar examples. This one is about Bayfoxes. If we are comparing the two websites, you'll find that there isn't much info in the encyclopedia on either of these. If someone was wanting to learn about the species or water dogs and only knew about their sites, they'd be very much out of luck. But I did find a couple Bayfox guide sheets, and I'll be going over that. But first, the monetization. Water dogs were closed, but used a funny money system that required artists to make at least 9 pieces of full-body art in order to get one water dog. Let's see if bays are any better. They have 4 shops and none of them load. They all give me a server error. There are 2 currencies, seashells and event coins. Neither have a description in their encyclopedia, so I have to speculate on how they work. Submitting a base gives 200 shells, and some reference art for the site was worth 30 shells. I don't see any other ways of getting them outside of the site, so currently, it's not possible for me to even guess the value. Maybe 10 shells is $1 because most bases sell for around $20. So I can't even really tell you. They're still running events, so I don't know why the shop isn't open. But unfortunately, that means that not only can I not go over monetization methods, but I won't be able to cover most of the variants except what's in the guide. This wouldn't be very fair to the water dogs, as I was obviously very critical of them. These could be just as bad, and I would never know. One thing of note, though, is Bayfox's common variant is free. So in that sense, you're already doing significantly less work to be able to get into the community. Alright, we're finally onto the species, and we are covering the variants but not the traits, or whatever, since they're not viable right now. Bayfoxes are foxes that are made of water. The rest is flesh and stuff. So there isn't any sand involved, which for me is enough to say these aren't a clone. They're clearly inspired, not the same. Dang, mystery solved. If anything, they're just a ripoff of Vaporeon. They were water foxes first, but Nintendo would sooner issue a DMCA than demand restitution. Bays, like onions, come in layers. The top is fur that can cover everything but the inner ear. Below that is a water membrane. This membrane is thick, but if damaged enough, a blood-like substance will be unearthed, and below that is their skeleton. Bayfoxes are amphibious, and their origins are in mutations that don't have an explanation. Like fleshy human losers, they can die to most things, except drowning, which already makes them way more powerful than humans. Did you know a human can drown in as little as 2 inches of water? That's so hilarious. Get on our level and just absorb it through your skin. Come on. Now for the important question we all ask since covering Dutch Angel Dragons is, do they poop? No. Waste is shed from the membrane shedding process or through droplets of water that dribble from exposed water on the body. They also don't need to eat and don't have reproductive organs or digestive system. They are sexless, but can identify as any gender they wish. I'm having a hard time seeing these as a clone. Just look at how much more lore we have compared to water dogs, which was just their only bit of lore was how more water dogs was made, which was just 2 parents are okay, I want to have a kid, and a water dog washes up on shore. What do they do if they change their mind? Do they just dump oil into the ocean and hope they get the right one? This is apples to oranges, honestly. Aside from the base level of water plus animal, I feel like if a person were to think they were a clone, they just didn't look into Bayfoxes enough. If they did start as a clone, they have obviously since shed that appearance with details and lore like this. Hey, sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled original species programming, but we have a sponsor for this video, and this time it's one of you. Davis Hour gave me a little script to read off, but I also checked out their content on my own, and they've made me fan art in the past, so it'd be really cool if you check them out after this video. I linked their Christmas animation meme in the comments. Alright, script time. Hey there. Are you looking for a new YouTuber to follow? Look no further. Check out Bayfoxes. This green cat makes a boatload of cool content for you to watch, from speed paints to animation memes to even some scripted videos about the furry fandom and Pokemon. So if you like that sort of thing, or perhaps you're looking for an artist to commission, Bayfoxes got you covered there. In fact, their commissions are open right now, and here are some examples. So go check them out on Twitter, Instagram, or even TikTok. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to their channel today and join us on their journey, and they're still small, so get there to be part of the elite. Goblin will be waiting for you, and have a possum day. If you want an ad in the video, I'm going to be lowering my prices come January, but right now, sponsor spots like this are $50 a video. DM me on Twitter, @SeraProto, or Discord message me, SeraProto, #8104. Alright, and back to the video. Special traits for common bays. Ears must be water on the inside, ears must be perky, water to fur ratio is your choice, Sera can be any color, can have shark fins, hair can be styled and made of water, fur water, and eyes can glow. Noses can't be water, paw pads can be solid or water, crystals can grow on fur, but pay attention to other crystal-like traits that are limited. Fish can be trapped in their water, things like petals can float on the surface of the water, and they can wear accessories, but ones that deform limbs or mimic paid traits are against the rules. If you want info on these individual traits, I've linked a reference image in the description. I'm here to talk about the species to showcase these. I'm not a character creation menu in a game. Besides, it'd be easier for you to just reference the image instead of keep rewinding this video. As much as I'd like you to just keep rewatching this video, I think it would be better for you if you just looked at the picture instead. I'm definitely doing this to help you, and not because the traits are color-coded and I'm colorblind and don't feel like figuring it out. One cool thing to me, though, there are free wing options. This is the only species I've covered that actually does that isn't a species that natively has wings. Overall, this species is one of the most friendly to free users that I've seen, where others actually charge for those same features. There are a few variants, but my info on them is a little limited because they're rooted in traits, which we can't access due to the shop closure. Oh, wait, lucky me. There are links to the items with prices in the variants. Cuisine bays. Cuisines are a variant that are created by buying items called Full Course Meal and Cake Mix. Full Course is for a new cuisine bay, and Cake Mix is for turning a water bay into a cuisine. They cost 750 and 1,000 shells apiece. These are divided into 4 subtypes: sweet, savory, herbal, and drink. Sweets are themed after desserts and candy items. Savory are like a meat lover's pizza. They can be meats, cheeses, and umami flavors. Herbal, which is for vegans, and drink is soda and the like. I couldn't find a species guide for this one. Glass bays. Glass bays are a closed variant and obtainable only through commissions by Arlen, the creator. Events, raffles, and prizes. This one has a guide, so let's take a look at that. Glass bays are Bayfoxes believed to be blessed by a spirit. Glass bays are made of glass. This is broken down into a series of traits that glass can choose from. Glass is present wherever water can be. The edges can be smooth, sharp, or any other kind you can think of. They can even have colored glass that looks like stained glass. They can also be textured in a few ways like wavy or rocky, and the glass can even look like porcelain. Oil bays. Oil bays are a highly detailed variant and obtained similarly to glass, and like cuisines, they come in a variety of different flavors like common, watercolor, elemental, and lava. Lava. This species was discovered by a bay scientist after making a mistake in an experiment. He called the resulting mistake, his son, the creation of the oil Bayfox. Oils are the result of chemicals in the air causing the pollution of the egg, a baby Bayfox. This pollution makes them effectively sterile, which they didn't have reproductive organs to begin with, so okie dokie. Oils are most easily identifiable by the murkiness and watercolor-like look of their water. Their water membrane is also much more viscous, and things like trash and broken glass can be seen floating in their liquids. Common oils, also known as iridescent oils, are a species whose water is littered with the sheen and oily look seen in oil spills. They're typically rainbow or some other multi-toned color. Watercolor spelled with a U. Lol. Imagine being Canadian or British and being like half of my audience. What do these other countries even contribute? Hopefully likes and subscribes. Anyway, the watercolors are the least toxic, unlike me, I guess, as most of them are water. Unlike other oils, they can be icy and tend to have a much lighter watercolor, and are the only ones that can have white water. Elementals are the most diverse because they cover a wide variety of elements from the periodic table. Dry ice, mercury, and flammable are given as examples. Lava is the only variant that doesn't have a ripple effect in their liquid. They're made of lava and it can be any color, but are most commonly normal magma colors. Hybrid is the final variant, and these are just a mix of water, oil, glass, or cuisine. They're only obtainable from Ireland as customs and are still being worked on. There are only 5 in existence as of writing this. And that's pretty much it. It seems like the only things bays have in common with water dogs is some aspects of their sight and being part water, part animal. I think looking at these two alone is the only way you could confuse them, looking in an isolated, instance separated from their own lore. Hopefully this sheds some light on them, but if you only looked at their appearance before accusing them of being clones, I really don't expect you to sit through 20 minutes of videos released a week apart. Regardless, very cute species, lots of options. I'd like to see the shop when it's working, and I like the lavas especially. So, if you're the owner, maybe hook me up with one of these oils, but patterned like my Sona, maybe? You know, just a little bit of bribe money. You know, even though I already put the video out, just a little bit of bribe money. A little soda for Sera. Alright, that's it for now. I just have to keep some lava bays away from the flammable oil base. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, maybe one of your friends would too. Consider sharing it with them. Before we go, I want to thank all of my patrons and YouTube members. Awesome superfans like you help me make awesome content like this. So thanks to Series, Kit Chimera, Ukulele Otter, Vaderson, Linky, Blonce, Colorado Blue, and Romu. If you want to help like them, or get early access to videos and cool things like emotes to use in the comments, you can too by clicking the join button below the video, or by joining my Patreon in the description below the video. Also, make sure to message me or comment when you join. YouTube doesn't always notify me when the new members join. Thank you everybody for watching this, and to the subs, my herd, enjoy your grazing, and bye-bye.